Thanks for helping me get my bearings today. It's actually cool to have another Indian classmate for once.
Yep, well, see you around.
When Aneesa first comes to Sherman Oaks, Davey is immediately intimidated by her.
Aneesa's like Davey 2.0. No offense, Davey 1.0.
Davey feels like she has to work so much harder for that kind of acceptance, and sometimes it feels like she can't get it no matter what she does. And because Aneesa is also Indian, it gets under Davey's skin even more. Eventually, that jealousy leads to the rumor about Aneesa's eating disorder and Davey getting suspended. But when I look back at how that whole situation actually plays out, I think Davey ends up taking a lot more blame for it than she deserves. So on this week's episode of PEXPOSURE, let's go back through what actually happened with Davey and Aneesa.
I cancel myself.
Also, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my episodes. Even though Davey is immediately wary of Aneesa, she starts to warm up to her once she spends a little bit more time with her. For a little while, it seems like Davey might have been wrong about her. Things start to change when Ben enters the picture.
This bitch has got to go.
Davey spends most of the relay trying to keep Ben and Aneesa apart, but eventually they still end up going into the hookup tent together. Davey rushes through her lap so she can get back as quickly as possible, and somewhere along the way she loses her phone. That immediately sends her into a panic because her dad's voicemails are on it. While she's looking for the phone, someone from the cross-country team mistakes her for Aneesa and she snaps.
No, you racist! I don't run fast, I'm not cool, and I don't eat like one crumb of brownie because I'm straight up anorexic!
Zoe and Shira overhear her and ask if Aneesa actually has an eating disorder.
Probably. I've never seen her eat a damn thing!
There's also some context we have as viewers that everyone else in the situation doesn't. When Davey sees Ben and Aneesa go into the tent, she reaches for her phone because Dr. Ryan has told her to use something comforting to calm herself down before she reacts. For Davey, that's listening to her dad's voicemails. But now she can't find her phone, so the thing that she was literally trying to use to calm herself down is gone. She wasn't sitting there thinking about how she could embarrass Aneesa. She's ranting, and the comment just comes out. That doesn't make it okay, but people sometimes say things they don't really mean when they're that upset. If Davey had been having the same exact meltdown to Fabiola or Eleanor and blurted out something that wasn't true, we probably would just see it as Davey venting. We've seen her do this countless times before. The problem is that this one happens to be true, and she happens to blurt it out in front of the wrong people. The next day, Aneesa reports the rumor to Principal Grubbs. Davey says she wishes they could find the person who started it.
I'm gonna call everybody that was at that relay until I get somebody talking.
Davey knows exactly where that could eventually lead, so she volunteers to take over the investigation herself.
Teens don't want to narc to a boomer.
I am firmly in Gen X.
She could have admitted that she was the one who said it, but by this point, something she blurted out while she was upset has gotten way bigger than anything Davey expected. Admitting that it came from her also means admitting that she said it. And as a teenager, I can understand why she would be terrified of how bad that would look. Where Davey really makes things worse is by trying to steer the investigation away from herself. That's a much more deliberate choice than the original comment, and a big part of why her punishment ends up being so serious. But being scared and trying to hide your role in something that has gotten way out of control still isn't the same as intentionally trying to turn it into school-wide gossip. Zoe and Shira actually chose to gossip about Aneesa, and they don't seem especially concerned about the impact it had on her.
That's like so sad about Aneesa. Perhaps shouldn't tell anyone because it's like private.
One of Davey's communication challenges is that when she gets scared or embarrassed, she can't really explain herself very well.
But I didn't even know it was true. I was just mad that you hooked up with Ben and I used to date him, so I freaked out.
But she never really explains what that moment actually looked like. From our perspective, Davey is already spiraling. She's looking for her phone because she's trying to calm herself down.
Have you seen my phone? Have you seen my phone?
And Aneesa didn't see any of that. All she knows is that Davey was jealous and said she was anorexic. So I can completely understand why Aneesa hears that and thinks Davey was just gossiping about her. Davey does try to tell her that she never meant for it to spread around, but she's terrible at explaining how it actually happened.
At least I came clean.
Once everything comes out, the situation gets framed as Davy starting the rumor and having most of the responsibility for what happened. She deserved consequences, especially after the lengths she went to during the investigation, but I don't think being the first person to say something automatically makes you responsible for every choice other people make with it afterward.
But Principal Grubbs just suspended me. Maybe if you talk to her.
Wow, that's what you care about?
It's pretty selfish for Davy to immediately be thinking about Princeton, but I also understand why she panics. Davy has tunnel vision when it comes to Princeton, and tends to have uncontrolled reactions when something threatens her chances of getting in. Now she's being suspended. That's a pretty standard Davy reaction. After what happened at her old school, I completely understand why Aneesa went to Principal Grubbs, but I wonder what would have happened if Davy had another chance to talk to her before she did. But this is a show, and we need drama. Davy really does try to fix things with Aneesa. At first, part of her is still thinking about Ben and how everything that happened might affect where she stands with him. But after talking to Dr. Ryan, she starts focusing on the fact that she actually hurt Aneesa and wants to genuinely apologize. And there's a line from Nalini around all of this that's actually a big part of why I wanted to make this essay.
She bullied a girl so badly in school that girl is now leaving school.
Like, that's not really what happened. Davy played a role in getting things to that point. But saying Davy bullied her so badly that she had to leave makes it sound like there had been this ongoing campaign against Aneesa. That's just not the situation we watched.
I'm aware that I sometimes have a problematic personality.
There are also moments where Aneesa puts more blame on Davy than I think she deserves.
But I saw you guys go into Trent's tent.
Dude, to hide from you because you were making us run.
But Ben had already signed up for the tent before Davy started interfering with the running order. In fact, seeing Ben's name on the sign-up sheet is what made Davy start interfering in the first place.
Ben Gross had a prime-time 9 p.m. slot. Didn't take a 4.0 GPA to know who his +1 would be.
So I've always felt like Davy gets made to look completely crazy for thinking there was something going on between Ben and Aneesa, when there clearly was. Davy was wrong for trying to keep them apart, but she wasn't imagining the chemistry between them. And by the time Aneesa starts actually dating Ben, she knows there's history between him and Davy. She also knows that Davy's jealousy over Ben was a huge part of what happened at the relay.
It's insanely obvious that you two have some kind of history.
Aneesa does ask Davy if she's okay with them dating, so I don't want to make it sound like she completely ignores Davy's feelings. At the same time, I don't even know how much Aneesa cared about preserving a friendship with Davy at that point, so I don't see her dating Ben as some huge betrayal. It just makes the whole situation feel a little messier than Davy being irrationally jealous over nothing. The overt flirting was annoying to me.
I'm gonna go get a soda.
They both knew that Ben and Davy had history, so all the giggling during the group project felt a little inconsiderate.
Sorry to interrupt, but Devi's grandmother wanted to join in on the fun. She was almost alive in the 1920s.
This show is so funny. I love it so much. What I keep coming back to with this storyline is how quickly one bad moment can change the way we see someone. Sometimes we say something mean in the heat of the moment without really thinking about the impact it could have. And someone being wrong in a situation doesn't mean every part of that situation was automatically their fault. And just a quick note, I really hope this didn't come across as a Davy versus Aneesa video, because that's not what I was trying to do. I'm not trying to minimize Aneesa's feelings at all, especially when we're talking about something as personal as an eating disorder. I just really wanted to take a look at Davy's side of what happened a little bit more. And I still find it strange that Zoe and Shira get a much smaller punishment when they're the ones who actually take what Davy said and blab it to everyone. That gets treated as less of a problem than what Davy did, and I don't really understand why. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love Never Have I Ever. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another episode of PEXPOSURE soon. Bye!